Hello, everyone. I'm Julie Brownlee, Principal Assessor for the town of Northborough, Massachusetts. This open meeting of the Northborough Board of Assessors is being conducted remotely, consistent with Governor Baker's executive order of June 16, 2021, an act relative to extending certain COVID-19 measures adopted during the state of emergency. All members of the Board of Assessors are allowed and encouraged to participate remotely. The order allows the Board of Assessors to meet entirely remotely so long as reasonable public access is afforded so that the public can follow along with the deliberations of the meeting. The public is encouraged to follow along using the agenda posted on the town's website. Members of the public who wish to view the live stream of this meeting may do so by going to Northborough Remote Meetings on YouTube via the link listed on the agenda. Ensuring public access does not ensure public participation unless such participation is required by law. This meeting will not feature public comment. Board of Assessors members, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Paul Sabelli. Hi, could
Paul, Julie's calling the roll. Would you mind saying that you're here?
So is Paul watching with you? He could watch with you until we get it set up. I don't want to delay the meeting any longer. Hi, Paul.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay, terrific. I just read our introduction that talks about the remote meeting and that the public can watch the open portion of the meeting but not participate, as has always been true even when we were in person. So we're going to do the roll call vote, and Board of Assessors members, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Paul Sabelli.
Aye.
Thank you. Julie Brownlee here. I have it on good authority that Christopher Reedy will be joining us shortly, and we'll admit him to the meeting when he comes. Assessors Department staff, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative.
Sorry.
Patty Maspelli, Assessor Assistant.
I'm here.
Brian Fernandez, Assessor Data Collector.
Present.
Thank you. Okay. So going in order on the table on the agenda, excuse me, we will wait for Paul to be here. For Chris to be here. Paul is joining the Board of Assessors. Hooray, for the first time.
Yes.
Welcome.
So he cannot vote on old minutes. He can just read them with pleasure. We can move on to the next item, which is review and vote on motor vehicle abatements. We had, since our last meeting, 3 separate abatements. And Paul, speak up anytime if there's things we do differently than you would like, or if we go into too much detail than you want, just let us know. So we had an abatement on May 6th. 19 abatements totaling $2,242.09. Then we have on May 20th, 12 abatements totaling $1,398.17. And the final abatement processing was on May 27th, and we had 9 that totaled $1,992.96. That was for this year's motor vehicle 2022, and for last year we had 1 at $66.98. So I'd like to entertain a motion to accept these abatements as presented.
Motion made.
Second, all in favor, Paul?
Aye.
Julie? Aye. Thank you very much. Okay. We also had a motor vehicle commitment. It was comprised of, it was the third commitment. And there were a few recommitments also. So we have, for the third commitment, it totaled $140,000, $140,945.63. We had a commitment also for $25 exactly. Another commitment for $977.94. And two more, one for $108.25. We hadn't done recommits in a while. And the last one is for $41.67. I'd like to entertain a motion to approve all those commitments as presented.
Motion made.
Second, all in favor, Paul?
Aye.
Julie? Aye. Thank you very much. We have one sewer betterment payoff.
Julie, can I just, sorry, interrupt you for a second?
Yes.
Apparently, we're having some technical issues with Chris joining the meeting by phone, and we're hoping to, he's on the line. Would you like to put him on speaker in your office?
Oh, certainly.
Okay,
Certainly. Yes.
great. So that's him holding on the line.
Okay. Hi, Chris.
He's holding, so if you, does she have to key in?
Oh, you want
Yeah,
it to
yeah.
I misunderstood. I expected
Well,
someone's cell phone. Okay. Hi, Chris. Okay. Okay. I'm going to put you on speaker and just bring you into the meeting. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. Christopher Reeder has entered the meeting at 5:11 p.m.
Hello?
Hi. Can you hear me, Chris?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Hi, Paul.
How are you, Chris?
Could you hear Paul?
Yeah, I could, barely.
Okay.
I'll yell a little louder.
Okay, to bring you up to speed, Chris, we have voted on 3 motor vehicle abatements, and we voted on several motor vehicle commitments. We did the third commitment and several years recommits that we had saved up for a while. We will come back to the minutes at the end of open session. We'll just keep going down the list right now. We have a sewer betterment payoff for 386 Davis Street. And we had, just to be clear, we had voted on this previously and signed it in November of 2021. But then it was discovered that an incorrect amount had been calculated. So we had voted on the principal and interest in November as being $1,653.17. And now we have, and did you want to say something?
No, I just remember.
Oh, okay, good for you. And then there was an error made, and so the corrected warrant is for $1,767, excuse me, $1,776.92.
Okay.
So that was also paid in November, but the error was corrected, and so I would like to entertain a motion to accept that new betterment payoff as presented.
So move.
Second.
Terrific. All in favor, Chris?
Aye.
Paul?
Aye.
Julie? Aye. Thank you very much. Okay. Then we have the, on the agenda, it says a potential commitment for a demolition lien. However, we also need to vote on the fiscal 23 preliminary real estate and personal property tax liens. So we have, tax commitments. So we have 3 to vote on. And I will give you a background on the demolition lien first. It's for 101 Colburn Street, which is a house where there was a fire. I didn't write down the date, but it was approximately a year ago. And the garage and the 3-season porch connecting the garage to the house burned. And long story short, the owner never demoed it, and it was a really dangerous site. I think there were a lot of flammable materials stored there, and that's why it burned. So eventually the town demolished it, and now they are adding this demo bill to the real estate bill. So we added it. We had to add it in fiscal 23. The lien was just recorded this morning.
Okay, I'm good.
And so we've got it on the preliminary bill, and I will read you that one first. The demolition itself cost $71,587.85. Between the time of the bill being assessed to the owner and the time that this bill is committed are 35 days. So at 6% interest, they also owe $411.88. Going forward, it will be at the regular rate of our tax collection interest. And then there was a recording fee, of course, for the lien, which is $105 to take it to Worcester Registry of Deeds. So the total is $72,104.73. So I'd like to entertain a motion to commit that lien as proposed.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor? Paul?
Aye.
Chris?
Aye.
Julie? Aye. Thank you very much. Then I will present the fiscal 23 preliminary real estate tax bill, which is for $27,257,413.40. And the personal property preliminary fiscal 23 bill, which is $909,199.48. I'd like to entertain a motion to accept those warrants as presented.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, Chris?
Aye.
Paul?
Aye.
Julie? Aye. Thank you. The last item that we have on the open session agenda is to review the meeting minutes of both April 19th and May 3rd. And I've had a chance to read them. And Chris, have you had a chance to review them?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any, is there any discussion, any comments, questions?
Nope.
Okay, so I'd like to entertain a motion to accept the April 19th, 2022 open session meetings as presented.
So moved.
Second, all in favor, Chris?
Aye.
Julie? Aye. Thank you. And
Julie, real quick, do we have CPA here in Northborough?
yes, we do. We
Are
have
those
for,
not on the preliminary commitment?
no, it's only on the actual bills,
Okay.
along with the sewer and water betterments.
Okay.
Good question. So then I'd like to entertain a motion to accept the May 3rd open session minutes as presented.
So moved.
Second, all in favor, Chris?
Aye.
Julie? Aye. Okay. That concludes the open session of the meeting. I'd like to entertain a motion to move into executive session to discuss the topics outlined in the agenda pertinent to Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21A, Purpose 7, to comply with or act under the authority of any general or special law or federal grant and aid requirements in accordance with Mass General Law, Chapter 59, Section 16, requiring confidentiality. At the conclusion of executive session, the board will adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, Chris?
Aye.
Paul?
Aye.
Julie? Aye. Thank you.